Because these women out here, they've had to be independent because they ain't got the right man.
Okay.
But this system of marriage is still good.
Okay.
This system of a man taking care of a woman, that's really how it's supposed to be. All the rest of us, man. And y'all need to quit tricking yourself with this new way of thinking. Because this new way of thinking ain't getting y'all nowhere. I'm sorry.
His money is my money. My money is my money. That's not selfish. That's the standard when you're with a real man. A provider doesn't see providing as a burden. He sees it as his role. And a woman who knows her worth doesn't apologize for it. She multiplies what he gives her. The wrong man will call this gold digging, and the right man will call this partnership.
There ain't no partnership in what she's talking about, and that's for sure. Let me know what you think.
Genuinely, the worst part about dating is that to find a boyfriend, you have to go on dates. Like, I think about this all the time. If I want a boyfriend, if I want to get married, I have to go out on dates. And like the second and third dates, when it starts to get fun for me, like it's definitely like more nerve-wracking, but it's those first dates that are just like once I'm on them, they're great, right? They're fine. But before the first date, I'm like, I don't know this man. I don't want to go. I just want to find my boyfriend. But to find a boyfriend, you have to go on the date.
A lot of these modern women don't really want a partner. They want a man's validation. They want his attention. They want his money. They want his lifestyle. But they don't really bring anything to the table. Why in the world would a man think that's a good deal? Why would a man sign up for that? Absolutely not.
I'm on this app hooting and hollering the same all day. Why do y'all still pursue women? What's the point of pursuing a woman if you don't want to be a man? You know who you don't have to provide and protect for? Other fucking men. Because that's what it's given at this point. Then y'all sit there and be confused on why they don't want to have with you. Why they can't be submissive to you. Why they can't be soft with you. Don't give them no room to be a woman because they got to sit there and pick up the slack where you lack it. And that's being a man. Then you want to call it manipulation. No, manipulation is you young man sitting there cosplaying as men.
Maybe you know this feeling too, the exhaustion of always being the strong one, the loneliness of being even in a relationship but is still carrying everything alone. Always wondering if you are too much or somehow not enough. That's not your fault. You're just unconsciously choosing what your nervous system recognizes as love. But now that you can see this pattern, this becomes your healing work.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video. Modern women, it's crazy because they say that, well, I want to be left alone. I don't want men talking to me. And when men leave you alone, then you get upset. Men heard you. They stopped approaching you. They stopped messing with you and quote unquote harassing you, as you say. And now you're confused as to why the request that you made was honored. This is what you asked.
Women don't lose good men. Men lose good women. Let me say that one more time. A woman doesn't leave a good man. Men leave or get left by good women because they could not maintain the emotional capacity that relationship required. Why do you think men just go run to something easier, something that doesn't require them to actually feel, grow, and turn into the man that they actually want to be? A man's lack of emotional capacity to love you has nothing to do with you. It has his lack of ability to grow into the highest version of himself. So don't let him bring you down. You keep moving. You keep just getting better. You keep blowing up. And believe me, you just keep dating because there's so many men who love you.
Oh my God, you're so controlling, she says. But all you asked for was honesty, respect, clarity, and consistency. Here's the truth. When a woman can't handle accountability, your boundaries feel like an attack. So she flips it. Now you're toxic. You're too much. It's not about what you did. It's about her losing control. This isn't love. It's a power game. Healthy men get labelled controlling by women who can't self-regulate. DM standards if you're done being shamed for having standards and boundaries around respect.
Go ahead. Keep screaming strong and independent. Meanwhile, men are out here choosing fit, feminine, friendly, and submissive, not combative, masculine, and stubborn. And if you got kids, you're not disqualified, but you are on a harder level. You gotta prove why a man should take care of your situation. He could easily build one from scratch with someone else.
She said it, I didn't. Okay, Miss Kenya Samuels. May the fruit of Islam protect you at all costs. Yes, ma'am. Speak clearly and loudly and profoundly. Thank you, sister.
You know, a lot of these men really are traditional men. Like I want to take care of you. I want to do this. I want to do that. And even if they weren't traditional, they are willing to take care of their woman. But a lot of modern women call men toxic and a part of the patriarchy and upholding the patriarchy and all that other nonsense. So men just started saying, man, it don't really matter what I do. You're going to complain anyway.
The average 23-year-old girl has slept with more men than the average 53-year-old woman. They would start so young. And they're living in an era where there's no negativity attached to sleeping around. It's seen as liberating. So by the time a girl is 23 years old, I promise you she's slept with more men than a 53-year-old woman. Because a 53-year-old woman grew up in a time where she was shamed for sleeping around. There was no liberation. A 22-year-old grew up in a time where Snapchat, twerking, wearing promiscuous clothes, going out, being on social media was all normalized. She has more validation, more likes, more comments from a man than a 50-year-old has ever had in her entire life.
Chivalry is and you're upset by that. Chivalry is So like, what's an example of guys not being chivalrous anymore?
Even like opening the car door for you.
Oh, chivalry's though.
Yes.
Like what is it?
Like I look at my dad and how he treats my mom.
Sure.
And I talked to them about this the other day. Like I'm going to be 35 in December, and I thought by now, okay, I know. Gotta be like married, but it's like I have so many girlfriends that are in the same boat because it's just like men aren't built the same way like our dads were back in the day.
But are women built the same way?
Yeah.
To be honest, these high standards that these modern women have is really just foolishness. You spend your 20s, for some of these modern women, you spend your 30s getting run through by Chad and Tyrone. And now you want a good man to listen to your demands and the things that you have to say. No, absolutely not. That's stupidity. Get the heck out of my face.
It just happened again, in person this time. I'm standing at the El Pollo Loco counter, couldn't get any closer. This guy literally shoves me out of the way and is like, excuse me, ma'am. Meanwhile, I was just waiting for her to turn her head. I'm like giving her a moment. They're clearly busy. I'm just picking up my lunch. And I say, sir, excuse me, you don't see me standing here? What happened to ladies first? Don't be rude. And he just tries to ignore me. I hate being ignored. It's my biggest trigger. I'm like shaking because I advocated for myself. I'm here. People act like I'm invisible all the time. It's infuriating to me. What is it? What is it? What do you want?
Woman gets cheated on, first thing she does is compare herself to the other woman who she's never laid eyes on or spoken a word to. That woman must be prettier, younger, skinnier, more successful. Or she thinks, oh my God, I must not be having sex with him enough. I'm not cooking for him enough. I fuss with him too much. I gained weight after the baby. He's not attracted to me anymore. They completely internalize it. The man gets cheated on. She a hoe. They all hoes. They all cheat. They all gonna cheat. They completely outsource any blame for the cheating. Never does it occur to them that they may have done something that contributed to the woman stepping out. It's just all outsourced. It's all her. Y'all need to start thinking like these men, because more than likely that's exactly what it is. It's just him.
And I think modern women have to understand that you can't have it both ways. You've been loud and clear for literal years. Don't approach me in public. It's harassment. And men heard the message and they stopped. Simple as that. And now, for some reason, modern women are confused about why men are not approaching them. You created this situation. And then you're going to blame men for following the rules that you set. That doesn't make any sense. Think about what you're talking about.
You're telling me I'm supposed to let a man come live in this bedroom? This bedroom that I've created that is so serene, that is calm, soothing, gorgeous.
See a lot of cats in her future. Cat lady.
Nothing out of place. You're telling me that I'm supposed to let a man come and live in here? That they're gonna put all their stuff in here?
Be alone then. Who cares?
Oh, no.
She only saying this because she young now. She get old. She gonna change her mind when she get older.
Oh, no.
Men, when they're happy.
Women attack men when men are happy?
Mm-hmm.
So wait, why do women do that?
Because happiness and power comes together in a man's body, and the power is scary, terrifies us, especially if we don't feel connected to you, because we're afraid to use it against us. If we feel connected to you, then we're happy you're happy. If we don't, it's scary, and so we have to diminish the power. So we will attack them when they're happy. They come home, they caught a big fish, or whatever it was they did. If it wasn't something that I did that gave you that feeling, then that's a problem.
You're more excited to go out with your friends.
That's supposed to make you happy.
The cold approach died when approaching became a crime. It's really what happened, right? So when you started recording men, started insulting men, shaming men, doing all this other dumb stuff, that's when men said, oh shoot, this not for me. Oh, this not the life for me. Oh, she's not that cute. Then, oh man, I got dressed up, I look cute, and no men approached me. Have you ever audited the way you act when men come and approach you? Have you ever thought about that?
A man with a strong masculine energy values respect from his wife, who is in her feminine energy. This means refraining from criticizing his opinions, arguing with his ideas, correcting, belittling him, or trying to control intimacy. As a feminine, sensual woman, you don't need to compete intellectually with your husband. Instead, you allow him to take the lead in conversation. Women who struggle to feel smaller next to their man often fear vulnerability and intimacy. They feel the need to be equal to or even superior to their partner. But this mindset will not lead to the connection and results that they desire.
And men approaching women, the math a lot of times just doesn't really math. Just for a lot of times the risk reward ratio isn't there. I get to be embarrassed. That's what modern women don't understand. I get to be embarrassed. I get to be rejected. It's not really just rejection, it's humiliation. I get to be humiliated by you. Best case scenario, I'm praying that you don't even respond. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't compute like it used to. You want to embarrass me and really honestly and truly take my dignity away from me.
Your man shouldn't be talking to his ex or any woman who likes him or any woman he used to like. And no, that's not insecurity. That's called having standards. Yeah. Because men are intentional. So if he's talking to someone he knows he shouldn't be, it's because he still wants access. And let's be honest, cheating isn't just physical. It's giving attention that belongs to your partner. It's deleting messages, flirting, and calling it nothing. It's keeping options open while expecting loyalty. And loyalty isn't just physical, it's emotional too. So if his attention isn't fully on you, then it's already going somewhere it doesn't belong.
Successful women don't actually want equality in their marriage. They want polarity. They want to feel protected. They want to feel provided for. They want to feel pursued. They want to feel claimed and cherished and chosen and feel like they can relax. And they want to feel like they can just be so feminine that they don't have to worry about a thing. However, modern society has taught women that we need to build a life that we don't rely on anyone, that we need to not depend on a man. So as women, what did we do? We became successful. We became high achieving. We built a life that was so safe. We didn't realize that the same walls that we built to protect us were the same walls that keeps love out. Women need to realize is that when you step into the queen's life, you learn that it is safe to receive. It's not about doing less. It's not about achieving less. You can stay in your power and you can be soft. It is the power of the and.
So when the men you want consume you and the men who want you bore you, that's not a preference, that's a pattern. When you're into someone, it's like it hits you like a wave. And when there is a man who actually does show up, it's like your entire body just shuts down and you feel nothing. It's like there's something missing, but you just can't name it. Here's what's actually happening. That overwhelm is not actually passion or chemistry. It's your nervous system recognizing an old pattern and flooding your system with urgency before it disappears. And the underwhelm isn't a lack of chemistry. It's your body not knowing what to do with someone who's actually safe. Because safety has never been the feeling that you associate with love. This doesn't mean you have to settle for boring or for somebody you don't feel attracted to. There's a beautiful balance that can happen where you feel safety and spark with the right man when you've rewired your nervous system to stop confusing intensity or chaos for chemistry.
He orders wings, I get a salad and a glass of wine. He gets like water. He doesn't even get a drink. So the day was fine. It was cool. He finishes his wings. And when the waitress comes over, he's like, oh, can we get the bill? And can you take the wings off? Because they was nasty. So now I'm looking at him like, you ate them though. Like he finished all the wings. Like there was no chicken on the bones. Like he finished them. And I just had a salad and a glass of wine. So he took his food off the bill. And when the bill came, he goes, you paying, right? Because I didn't get nothing. I'm like, what? And he like, yeah, I didn't even get nothing. So, yeah, I paid the bill.
Hey, Tickety Talk, this is your girl, Dr. Tiffany Hall. Listen, this is for my fellas. Like, I hang with some bad women. I'm not talking about like looks, body. I'm talking about depth and personality and know how to take care of a man. Like one of our things that we say often is say less. Like, say less. We say that all the time because if we see a need, it's just naturally, it is innate in us to feel a need for you. If you need some sheets and we at the store, we gonna get you some sheets. If you need some towels, we gonna get you some towels. If you say you don't have you need to go pick up some milk from the store, you ain't had no milk and we just happen to be at the grocery store, guess what we gonna do? We gonna get you some milk. Where are the men that reciprocate this kind of energy? Where are the men that just want to make your life easier?
Weak men create masculine women. Strong men create feminine women. And before you react, think about it. A woman who was soft, easygoing, suddenly becomes guarded, independent to the point where she has to do everything herself. Not because she wanted to, but because she had to. No consistency, no reassurance, no stability from the man she was with. So she adapts. And then there's the opposite. A woman who used to be defensive, always in control, not trusting easily, suddenly becomes soft, at peace, because the man she is with actually shows up, leads with consistency, creates emotional safety. And that's where it hits. Because a woman does not become masculine randomly. She becomes that way when the man in her life does not give her the space to be anything else. And she softens when the man finally makes her feel like she does not have to fight to be valued.
If your husband doesn't generate dates, it's because dates aren't important to him. That's why it's on you to generate the date. And he'll want to know where you want to go instead of picking the restaurant. Why? Because he wants to make you happy.
So are dates more for women than for men?
A lot of times, yes. Whatever's important to us, if I'm asking you to be accountable for something that's important to me, and I ask you what you need, I'm hoping what you need from me is going to be the initiation of the whole process. Men don't care a lot about what they like to do or want to do. No, I don't want to load the dishwasher. Will I? Yes. If it makes a difference for her. And I don't have to load the dishwasher the way she loads the dishwasher. Unless I'm certified. That's the tail end. Anything that you cause, like with what you're going to learn in the Queen's Code about how to tell a man what you need, it'll have it done once. If it's not appreciated, it won't be done again.
So are we single in our 40s and 50s because there are no good men? Or are we single in our 40s and 50s because we don't tolerate stuff we used to? I think it's the latter. I don't tolerate, well, I don't know. Maybe it's a combo. I don't tolerate stuff I used to. I think I used to ignore a lot of red flags. I used to not see icks. I used to think like certain things were okay. But I've been tested a little bit lately, and I'm not going to accept things that I used to accept. I'm not. And I have higher standards now, and that's okay. And I have deal breakers, and I have things that I want that maybe before I was a little willing to settle, and I've settled before, and I wasn't happy. So let's continue not to settle. Let's set high standards for ourselves, and let's just hope that there are some good guys out there. We're not finding them on dating apps, as we can see. I am convinced that dating apps just are not good anymore. And I know on the rare occasion you can meet somebody nice. I don't know. There has to be a better way.
You're attracting soft men because you're a hard female. Let me cook for a second. Opposites attract. You're attracting soft men. You're attracting men that you intimidate because you're a hard masculine woman, and opposites attract. That man is attracted to the man in you. You go get your money. You make all the decisions. You always lead. You're the head of household. You're a bossy, masculine woman. And that soft man is attracted to that. See, you have to understand, masculine men are attracted to soft women. Masculine men are attracted to soft-spoken women who always exude nothing but femininity because it gives them a purpose. They can't wait to protect you. They can't wait to provide for you. They can't wait to love you down. They can't wait to be patient and understanding with you. You hyper-masculine women will always attract soft men because those soft men are attracted to the hard man in you. You're the father they never had. You're the brother they never had. You're the uncle they never had. That's why these soft men compete with you. Because he's like, she thinks she outmanning me. Real men don't compete with women. You can't. I was born with a and a big chest and big arms and a gang of testosterone, and you don't have that.
Hey, excuse me. What's it like being a woman in 2026?
Great, independent.
You don't have a man?
No.
You think men want independent women?
Absolutely, absolutely. We don't want a crybaby.
What has led you to believe that in your life?
I've been married, divorced, I had a first husband, so.
You had more than one husband?
Just the first husband.
Just one?
Just one.
How long was your marriage?
13 years.
13 years with another man?
With another man, a real man. Yes, it has a penis. Yes, penis.
And how old are you now?
What do you think?
42.
Close. 39.
What caused your 13-year marriage to end?
I did. I was like, you know what? I need to go out there and, I don't know. It was a long relationship. I need to experience other people, I guess. No.
So you just got bored and wanted to see what other men were like?
Yeah, basically. It's 2026, he said.
Why don't you feel ashamed using that as a reason to end your marriage?
No, it's not ashamed. Because we're friends. Me and my first husband were friends. We're good friends. And he agreed. We were together for too long. We got married young, so we need to experience other people like us.
After those experiences, do you desire to get married again?
I don't know. I don't think so. It's not in my thought right now. I'm having fun.
You just want to have fun.
I just want to have fun. No kids, single, I have my little dog, and I don't have anybody to talk to.
Why is it that after a breakup, your ex can move on super quick, start dating someone new, and treating them better than they treated you? This is what happened after my 11-year relationship ended. My ex started dating a new girl within a matter of weeks, and it literally ripped my heart into shreds to see this. That was my first bad. I should not have followed him on social media after our breakup, but that's a whole different video. We can talk about that later. Regardless, seeing him move on and treat this new girl in ways that he didn't treat me broke my heart. I was like, how are you all going on trips together and you're taking her around your friends and you're doing these things that you would have never done with me, but you're doing them with her, someone you don't even know, someone who doesn't love you, someone who doesn't know you, and you're treating her like a princess, but you wouldn't have treated me like that. Felt like such a big injustice, and it honestly tore me up. But you want to know one of the main reasons why people do this? It actually comes down to protecting their own self-concept. Because after a relationship ends, when a person knows subconsciously that they did not treat you well, they have to prove that they're still a good person. So they'll find a new partner and they'll start to treat them so well just to prove to themselves that they weren't the problem in your relationship, that they are capable of treating someone well. And doing this proves to them that you were the problem. In their mind, they twist it like, look, I'm treating this new person great. I am a great partner. And therefore, in their subconscious, it kind of lets them off the hook because they're like, no, see, the problem wasn't on me. The problem was on my ex. But this facade doesn't last forever. It's just a way to avoid processing and taking accountability for their role in the breakdown of your relationship.
How do you approach the guy you like? Okay, Birch, are you a man? Yes. If you're a man and you're going for another man, how do you approach them? Ask them a question. Men love to teach and explain things and sound smart and needed. So you make them feel needed, intelligent, and smart. So ask them a question. Excuse me, you look like you know how to work this gym machine. Excuse me, you look like you know a little bit about this, and that. Could you please tell me this, and that if you don't mind? Ask men things and allow them the opportunity to teach you. It doesn't even matter if you're a man or a woman. They love the opportunity to teach because it makes them feel important, smart, it boosts their ego, and, they're going to start checking you out because you chose them out of everybody else walking around. All right. That was a man asking about another man, I think. She's a girl? Okay, then don't do it, ma'am. You can bump into them, drop something, let them pick it up, and then if they start talking to you, great. If not, let them be. Usually men approach the type of women they actually like and want. So we don't go chasing. I thought you were a man based on your name. But, for all the men out there listening, that was the advice. Ask them a question. If you're a woman, the only way that is going to work is if you're in an environment where, things are to be questioned. So, for example, if you're trying to work something that you don't understand, like a gym machine, and that's one way. But after that, if they show you how to work it and then leave you alone, that has to be it. You can't chase. That's very masculine.
And modern women, maybe he's intimidated, maybe he's shy. It's not really shyness. It's more so, it's a strategy. Why in the world would I walk into a situation where the best outcome for me is, kind of a neutral reaction? That's the best outcome. It's not going to be positive with these modern women. It's not going to be, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's not going to be that. It's going to be more of you looking, silly with an RBF. Right. And obviously the worst case scenario is you trying to humiliate me in public. Why would that doesn't make any sense.